Namaskar. A very good evening to you all. Me, myself, Seema Purkar and my colleague Debjani Patikar will hosting this Women Forum. It's our fifth episode of Women Forum. Let's hear it. So we are here again to share the aspect, the role of a woman in entire journey of life. Today, women are entering into the workforce, assuring a variety of occupation, maintaining both home and outer world. Every woman playing their best in their life role. So today we are having our guest, Miss Mrs. Asifa Ahmed from Gurgaon, Haryana. She is an educationist, a certified storyteller, and has achieved Ambassador of Peace Award by UPF. It's an organization of the United Nations. She has also made short film for AFWWA. So, Asifa ma'am, welcome to our show.
Thank
We
you.
request you to say something about yourself first.
All
Yeah,
right.
over
Thank
to
you so
you.
much for. Should I continue? Thank you so much
Yes,
for
yes, ma'am.
inviting me
Sure,
on this
sure, sure.
forum, both Johnny and Seema.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think what you rightly said that women has forged ahead in their own perspective, the ways, And you have chosen a day when we know the American vice president is a woman.
Yeah,
You know?
yes, yes.
So it
That's
gives
true.
us one and all a fantastic feeling
Yes,
that women where they have achieved, We have fighter
yeah.
pilots, we have Rafale pilots coming from the background of the services. We feel very proud about any women. I must
Definitely.
congratulate both of you, Devjani and Seema, for having created this forum where you are getting connected to people from all parts of the world, right? And also in Assam. I belong to Assam, okay? I
Yes.
belong to Assam in a small tea plantation my father had, and from there we started our journey of learning. So we went off to Shillong, we studied over there. Again, we came out from there to study in the colleges and the universities. But I had a kind of a desire to do much more because my mother was a very progressive woman. She was
Yeah.
one of the first women, Assamese Muslim women to have gone to Lady Keene to study because
Yes.
my grandfather was a poet. And from there, after there was no looking back, she was always to tell us that woman, if you make a girl study, she can educate a village,
Yes.
you know, and the
Yes, ma'am.
household. So keeping that in mind, even though I got married to a service officer, I I had to move from place to place where there was no consistency. We can't have anything permanency.
Yes.
So whatever assignments came my way, I took it up. I took
Okay.
it up with the feeling that it was like an experiences that I took it up.
Okay.
So what come what may. And
Yeah.
I felt that uh, every uh, movement will give me a learning, especially in the courses, where you're flung all over into the most remotest of areas. So because of that, I had to
Mhm.
give it I had been selected for the All India Radio in Dibrugarh, but I had to give it up because no way can I get
Okay.
connected to it. And thereafter, it was always working for schools, for organizations, for whoever, wherever I got a call, I used to be there. I have three
Okay.
children, all are working. My eldest daughter, Shanaz, she is in the UK. My younger one is here in Gurgaon. She's also working in she was working. Now it was a research center for water management. And my son
Okay.
is also working in the EY. So and my husband is
Okay.
retired. So that leaves me ample time to do things for myself. And then I got a call in Gurgaon to take care of a daycare center, which was a holistic center.
Yeah.
And I have never, I had never taken care of a daycare, but I said, let me take it on as an experience. And
Okay.
you believe me, it was like a laboratory in which I worked, you know. Now, every child is different. So I took up this position as if it is a laboratory where one has to work. It's not just children coming and, putting them there and, and you see, look after them for the whole day. No. So I took every child as an individual, every child as a, what you call, as a mentor for me, because children come out with fantastic things.
Mm.
And then I've had, from there, I was called again by, there was a conference in Guwahati by UNICEF. So they asked me to present a paper on regarding the Anganwadis and the daycare centers, how it should be run, and what is the possibility of having better this. So it carried on like this, and till date, I am connected to parents, I'm connected to children. My youngest child today, who's a virtual learner, is 2 years, 4 months. He comes
Okay.
on every, yes, he comes on every line time. I switch on a particular time just to learn how to sit and wish and understand the instructions, of course, helped by his nanny. And because if the mother comes and he's not able to concentrate, and it's a wonderful journey with him. Can you imagine? Such is the kind of experience I have with these little ones.
Okay.
When you called me, I thought, I wanted to do so much for Assam, so much. So whenever we were
Okay.
posted in Jorhat, uh,
Mm-hmm.
we opened for the Air Force underprivileged school called Akshar
Okay. Okay. Acha.
inside the inside the Air Force school, and that
Okay.
got replicated all over India
Okay.
because
Okay.
because being in the services, it doesn't come out. Nobody knows. It's nothing documented. You see.
Okay.
So it's like that. So this is my journey. And now I'm here in Gurgaon because my children were here, my daycare
Okay.
was here, and
Okay.
that's it. And I got connected to you wonderful people, Devjani and Seema.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am,
Thank
can
you
you
so much.
this your camera is I think not showing you. Yeah, yeah. The which the right side of you. Yeah, it's okay right
Right.
now.
Now is it okay?
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Now, Devjanidhi, it's wonderful journey. I think you are yeah, carry on. So now, Devjani, particular, you just carry on with questions and all with chit chat with ma'am. So over to you, Devjanidhi.
Uh, Thank you, Shima. Thank you so much. Asifa ji, welcome to our show, Women Forum. आप हमारे फिफ्थ गेस्ट है तो आशा करती हूँ अगले 45 मिनट्स आपके साथ विभिन्न कई तरह की बातें हम करेंगे
Okay.
आसिफा जी
I'll give you a correction here. My name is not Asifa, but Asfia.
Asfia, yeah.
Yeah.
आसिया
The name is a little
सॉरी
bit
Little
uh,
difficult.
Asfia, yeah.
आसिया
Asfia Ahmed.
जी मैडम सॉरी तो अगले 45 मिनट्स आपसे हम कई तरह के बातें करेंगे वुमेन से रिलेटेड बातें करेंगे तो मैं अपना परिचय खुद दे देती हूँ मैं एक जर्नलिस्ट हूँ और मैं वुमेन्स की माने कई एनजीओ के साथ ग्रास रूट लेवल में काम कर रही हूँ और आगे भी करूंगी तो आपने एक लंबा सफर तय किया है तो मैम आपका जो ये अनुभव है काम करते हुए विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में तो कैसा रहा आपका अनुभव कुछ खट्टी
Devjani,
मीठी बातें बताइए
हाँ,
हमें
खट्टी
Yes,
खट्टी
ma'am.
मीठी बातें तो ये होती रहती है. My most experienced, which I really enjoyed working, with is
हाँ.
always with the underprivileged. पता नहीं क्यों कि
Yes, yes.
उनका उनका उनके साथ मेरे को एक सुकून मिलता था. A kind of a we are so privileged. We are so privileged. But so when you look at all that, then you feel that what is the point of being educated and literate if we can't help those people over there, however little. So
Yes.
that's how so that's how my most good experience was with All India Committee for Eradication of
Yes.
Illiteracy Among Women in Delhi. It is a
Yes.
NGO where they work with illiterate women to make them more literate about certain things. So we had a Padyatra in Punjab. We made a Padyatra which was very, very nice. So we took out this Padyatra to get connected to the village women, to know their problems, to know what are the aspirations, to know their skills. You'll be surprised that these village women have a lot of skills जो आपका पास
Yes.
हमारा पास नहीं, and we tend to ignore them, you know. So मैं उनसे बहुत कुछ सीखने भी मिला. ऐसे नहीं कि because I was as a secretary to the All India Committee I was there, but मेरे को
जी.
बहुत कुछ उनसे सीखा कि how they run the household, how they send the children to school, what are the aspirations they have, what are the difficulties they face, what are the even domestic violence and how they come
जी.
out
जी.
of it. तो ये
जी.
जो समस्या हमारा पास था, तो मैंने एक डॉक्यूमेंट किया उनका, ऐसे डॉक्यूमेंटेड मैंने on a book to tell people
जी.
that look, we as educated, so-called the educated people, are ignoring these issues. So if we,
Yes, ma'am,
so
that's
you'll
true.
find in my talk, I'm always diverting back to the grassroots level. I'm going back to the grassroots level because
जी. जी.
my heart goes to them a lot.
जी. जी.
Yes,
जी.
that's true. जी.
हाँ मैम, आपने एकदम सही कहा कि ग्रास रूट लेवल पर महिलाओं को सबसे पहले जो जरूरत होती है शिक्षा की, अवेयरनेस की जरूरत होती है. ये सबसे बड़ी आगे चलने में उनके बहुत काम आती है. तो मैं सभी को यही प्रश्न करती हूँ, आपकी जीवन की प्रेरणा हर एक के जीवन में एक प्रेरणा स्रोत होती है. तो आपके जीवन में हमारे कई आगे की गेस्ट ने बताया है हमें कि प्रेरणा माँ है, दादी है, बेटी है. तो आपके जीवन में ऐसा कौन है जो आपकी प्रेरणा स्रोत बनी हुई है?
My prerna was my mother.
Question.
My mother and
Yeah, actually, everybody's mother.
my this thing was my mother. And I also take aspirations from the maids who come to work in the houses. Can you imagine? They get up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5. They are also they are women. They are running homes. अगर उनका stories अब सुने, that is why I became a storyteller.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I became
मैम
a
ये
certified,
ये
yeah.
एक आपने न्यू बात बोली है. Actually, this is very new. This is very unique. Inspiration
Yes.
from your mate. तो ये बहुत
Thank you.
यूनिक बात आपने बोली है. It's a very
क्योंकि आप
nice.
देखिए, early morning when she comes like I have a maid whose name is Unnati, and I asked her, what time do you get up? She said, I get up at 5 o'clock, sometimes 4:30, and then what do you do? She said, I do all my household work and this and that, and then come out. And how many houses she works? Is 7 houses, and she goes from house to house finishing her work on the cycle. She
Oh,
has
wow.
the time management what you and me don't have.
Yeah, that's
Time
very true,
management.
ma'am.
Yeah, because she has to earn that much of money to
Mm-hmm.
run a family.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I
Yes.
have. These women are giving us a lot of inspiration. Only if we listen to their story, listen to them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true, ma'am.
जी.
Even if
Yeah.
you have your maid coming to you, just sit down with her for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Just tell her what happened, and they'll tell you how they're struggling.
Yes.
And now in these pandemic times, you can't imagine the kind of suffering they're going through. Some have
Okay.
lost their jobs, some have, yet these women are the ones who again trying to hold on to the family. So I asked them, how do you do it? To me, they are the inspiration. They are the ones who's actually the women of India. अगर वो
Yes.
बाय नहीं आती तो everybody gets, oh God, she has not come, how do I do? You know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I give them full respect. I give them full, uh, you know, like when my granddaughter came from England, she was 7 years old, and when I said, "Oh, open the door, please, the maid has come." You know what did she tell me? She
Mhm.
said, Nani, you're not a queen to have a maid. The queen has a maid."
Yeah.
So it got into my head that yes, why do we call them maids?
Mhm.
They are our helpers.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are helpers.
They help us.
Yes.
They without them we cannot. So they give me
Oh.
in my life. I have come through even the services anywhere else, even in Gurgaon. I've seen. I keep looking at them. I keep looking at how they are struggling. So these are the workforce. These are the people who has held India together. अगर नहीं
Mhm.
आए तो
Yes.
अभी
Yeah.
correct.
Uh,
So
and
it is very, very important that we give recognition to them also, not only the pilots, the women pilot and all. They are there in their
Mm-hmm.
sphere.
yes, yes.
But
Correct.
I'm
Correct.
telling Devjani as a journalist, you pick up their stories. You pick up their
Mhm.
Yes.
stories. You won't
Yes, ma'am.
imagine the kind of stories that will come out with. It breaks my heart
Mm.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
compared to them, we are just sitting in a bubble,
Yes.
you know. So for
Yes.
me,
Yes.
I feel we as women in these kind of forums, we have to speak for them. I'm in my
Yes.
Yeah.
twilight age now.
That,
So,
yes, ma'am. That's why we have started this forum so that we can speak out for মানে, from what to say. Not we are not able to say them lower level. They are the
mm,
first level actually. These people are the
yes,
first level,
yes,
isn't it? They are the first
yes,
level, and slowly we are means women are growing with their designation. So without them, we won't be able to
you
survive,
cannot.
isn't it? Yeah.
Without them, you won't get a cup of tea. Without them, your
Yes.
house cannot run. Without them, your children will not get the food that
Yes.
they're
Yes.
cooking. Without them, you cannot go to the office. Your tiffin
Yes, ma'am.
can't be made.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we have to give due cognizance to them. It's time. It's high time now.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what my
Yes,
feeling,
ma'am.
and that's the reason I felt that I must speak out on this platform. And you being a journalist, and Seema also doing for all these, it's just, let's all get together on this forum and talk about them.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Yes.
do you
Yes.
think
Everybody should come out to speak
about them?
means about them from
Yeah,
because see these peoples are surviving for their lives, isn't it?
yes,
We have pennies with us, but they have to live for the penny, isn't it? So
yeah.
they are working for their family, their children's, and everything, isn't it?
Yes, so I'm talking because Debjani is a journalist, so I would
Yeah, yeah.
request her to pick up these stories from the life. You know,
Life.
Yes, ma'am.
we have there are many people who will talk about the fashion designers and so and so and so and so and so. It hardly
Yes.
matters
Hmm.
where
Yes.
they are, but we want people who will talk about them, who is a
Yeah, yeah.
support system. They
Hmm.
are the
Yes. Yes.
support system.
Support system. Yes,
Yes.
they are the support
Yeah.
system.
Yes.
So they,
Uh, हाँ मैम, आपने बहुत अच्छी बात कही है मैम। एक्चुअली हम लोग मुझे इस शो के द्वारा बहुत कुछ जैसे आप जैसे कहा है कि इस तरह से बातें, इस तरह से स्टोरी पिकअप करनी चाहिए इस तरह से, तो हमें भी बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है। आपकी बातों से बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, आप बहुत अच्छी तरह से
Yeah,
बातें
thank
कर
you.
रही है मैम। हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा। है मैम, मैंने भी बहुत सी मैंने ऐसी स्टोरीज किए हैं, और मैंने बहुत अनुभव से मैंने लोगों को देखा है, समझा है, बहुत करीब से देखा है इन लोगों को। इसलिए मैं आपकी बात समझ सकती हूँ, मैं फील कर सकती हूँ मैम आप जो बोल रहे हैं।
Yeah,
मैं
thank you.
फील करती हूँ जो आपने जिस तरह से लोगों को देखा है, इन लोगों को देखा है, समझा है। मुझे मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है कि नहीं नहीं, मुझे भी इस तरह से मैंने भी देखा है, फील किया है मैंने आपके बातों को, मैं बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझ पा रही हूँ मैम।
जी जी।
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे करना चाहती हूँ कि आप जो लंबे समय तक अपने बच्चों के लिए, महिलाओं के लिए काम किया है, तो बच्चों के लिए आपने क्या एनजीओ के थ्रू, एनजीओ के साथ आप जुड़े हुए हैं, तो बच्चों के लिए आपने क्या कौन सा काम किए, किस तरह से काम कर रहे हैं मैम? आप अगर कुछ
हाँ,
इसका इस पर
थोड़ा
कुछ
शेयर
बोले।
हम।
हाँ, बच्चों के लिए basically, as I said, I take every child as a laboratory. Each child is different,
Yes.
you know. Like
Yes.
in our daycare, I detected a child who was hearing impaired. I'll give you a small example. उसको सुनाई
Yes.
नहीं देता था, and one minute, and ऐसा हुआ, तो when the children used to play, तो मैंने एक दिन उनको
यस।
बोला कि आप इसको क्यों नहीं खेलने देता है? Why don't you let him play? So one has to be sensitive. He said, what they told me, he says, ma'am, इनको तो सुनाई नहीं देता. I said, what did you say? He said, yes, she can't listen. So there is a difference between won't listen and can't listen,
Last.
you
Yeah.
know. Then
हाँ.
I got into it, I
यस।
told the teachers,
यस।
work on this child, do some exercises with her, find out if she really can't hear. She was 2 years, 2 months or 5 months. And sure enough, she was not able to hear. So I told the mother, I'm giving a small incident. And I told the mother, I said, get her checked. She went to the pediatrician. So that's how I was called to the UNICEF conference. So
Okay.
the pediatrician ने सुन जाएगा. थोड़ा time लगता है, कई बच्चा पहले होता है. So it didn't occur that it is valid this thing. Doctors also can make mistakes, you see, sometimes. So I said, take a second opinion. When they took a second opinion in AIMS, she had to undergo an operation. And
Okay.
when she had to wear this
यस।
ear, this thing on top, not the internal one, they put it on top. Then they educated the children. He says there is a little battery over here which is green in color. That means she can
Okay.
hear you. But when the battery becomes red, that means the battery has to be changed. So
Okay.
that is how we even teach the children, just because she's there. So we have to, sort of what do you call inclusive, include them. Children can come out as fantastic, and then when the battery does get red, they all come running. Ma'am, her batteries become red. Change it, change it, change it. You know. So this is how. Then there were children who. These are all stories which I pick up for learning. And how ignorant we can be. We can always say, कुछ नहीं है करके छोड़ सकता है. Lekin one has to be very sensitive. You won't imagine what is affecting the children now at this point of time. This pandemic. There are children who say we can't sleep. Maybe the disease will come and kill us. Things like that are occurring in the mind. It's very sad, and especially in these metropolitan cities where they had so many opportunities to go here, go there. Now everything they're just enclosed. you know. So I feel
Okay.
this connectivity of a women's forum will do very good, and I think you should carry it. It's a fantastic forum you all have created, and
It's
that's the reason I'm.
thank you so much.
Mm,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what more with a journalist there on board, which you can keep out. So the journalist's work is entirely different. Though now journalism has taken a different level. altogether.
Yes.
But there are
Yes,
still
ma'am.
people who look up to journalists to take out the actual truth.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones who bring out the truth, you know.
Yes.
They
Yes,
write up,
ma'am.
people believe them. So all this
Mm-hmm.
is part of our journey as a woman, and we cannot ignore. After all, a woman is the what should I say? Is the woman is the one who's actually running the world.
Yes,
You as
ma'am.
a mother, you also as a mother, me as a mother. If we fall sick, the whole house gets, disrupted. It's like an axle. So we cannot ignore our position in the society, in the household. And I would request all ladies who are in a fortunate condition to lend a hearing ear to these people who come to work in. They all have stories. You just listen to them sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we nikal lo. Like this Unnati is my maid. Every day she comes
Uh,
and tells. I made it a point of telling her, "Aaj mere ko kahani suna. Aaj kya hua?" You know. So sometimes
mm-hmm.
there is a. She tells me, "Aaj to mera ko bahut problem hua." I said, "What is your problem?" He says, "Pani lene ke jana pada. Pani nahi aaya." Issue. So if she doesn't get water, she can run the household. तो तुमने
Mm-hmm.
कैसे किया? ये मैं 2 बाल्टी
Mm-hmm.
साइकिल में ले गया, उसमें से जाके
Mm-hmm.
लेके करके आके फिर काम पे ले आया. Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
my work is it's not that maybe because I have been brought up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but my parents had already told me you will have to give back to society. You will
Mm-hmm.
have to take care of people underprivileged type. So that
Yes.
became a part of my so all of us, our complete family is into education. They all lend, and I mean, whatever we get, even my children now, they're also into it because it's like a drop in the ocean, but we have to do that. What do you think?
Yes, that's
yes,
true, ma'am. In fact, me also doing working for this underprivileged children. I have
Hmm.
started with 3 children. Now I have 25 children with me. I'm teaching
Very good.
them arts and a little bit of music. Started with this only, and used to give the mm, books and copies to them. So every
Mm-hmm.
Sunday they used to come to my center. I used to teach them arts, music, and all because they are
Very
like they are not getting this thing. No, they have for
opportunity.
music and drawing they have to pay. So without paying, without fees, I'm doing this work.
Yeah, in fact, what work you all are doing is much, much more than what we are doing because we are working with the privileged ones.
Yes, yes.
All the corporate sectors who has no value of certain things.
Uh-huh.
But
Yes,
in my center, I tell them, I said, don't throw even a slightest small pencil. You never
yes,
know, ये किसका काम आएगा. So I have a box in my kept a box, and I said, whatever toy you don't like, whatever
uh-huh.
exercise books you have, whatever pencils you have, put it in that box. किसका काम आएगा, you never know.
Yes, ma'am.
You know? So
Ma'am,
all the privileged ones, you can ask them, your friends and all, to
yeah,
contribute
yeah,
this way.
yes. Yeah, Sukanya ji, she's uh, Sukanya. She is giving good evening to everyone and
Yeah.
saying very informative and loved sessions. Yeah, thank you, Sukanya ji. And another viewers, Ramanna, he's saying excellent awareness to women empowerment. Thank you, Ramanna ji. Thank you so much. And now, Devjanidhi, you carry on with your questions. Devnaji, I think she is cut off. Hello. Yeah, Devnaji, can you hear?
हाँ,
हाँ
हेलो,
हाँ हाँ बोलो. हाँ सुनाई दे रहा है, आप बोलो.
साउंड साउंड कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है।
हाँ हाँ कोई बात नहीं. आप बोलो.
सीमा तुम कुछ प्रश्न पूछना चाहती हो तो? मैम से।
Ma'am, I would like to ask you something like that. You are from Assam, so how
Yes.
can you, what type of work you want to do for Assam people?
My work again goes back to the underprivileged, like you have.
Yes, yes.
Since I'm a storyteller, I
Yeah.
can record my stories and send them to you all. You can make them
Okay, okay,
listen.
sure. Sure, ma'am, sure.
Mhm.
So, we are
Which I'm
honored.
I'm doing it all over. It is going all over, and
Yeah.
whatever I have, I can send it to you all, and you can create what should I a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
treasure
Thank,
all kind of
हाँ,
stories.
thank you so much,
This
ma'am.
yeah, because everybody is doing the same thing, but this will be very different. Stories of their lives, stories of
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah,
yes,
This is something different. I mean, storytelling in abroad, it's a very common storytelling. But in
exactly.
India, yeah, in India, we didn't hear that somebody is doing such type of work, isn't it?
yes,
So you are
because
the first person we met you that you are in storytelling profession and you are certified storyteller. So thank you so much for joining us.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can send you my recorded stories for children. But I think your children are English or Hindi or Assamese. What will they understand? Because I
Asmi.
can do in
Yeah,
three
yeah.
languages.
Okay, okay. Uh, yeah, definitely.
बच्चों को स्टोरीज का बहुत अच्छा लगता है एक्चुअली।
Uh,
स्टोरीज थोड़ा एक अलग ही दुनिया में ले जाती है बच्चों को। सुनना
नहीं,
पसंद करते हैं
अलग
सभी।
मैंने एक स्टोरी असम से लिया था, गंगा टूक। ओके,
uh,
गंगा टूक
uh,
इज द ग्लोब फिश, और इसमें इट इज अबाउट मैन एनिमल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट। ये मछली ना सोचा कि हमको इंसान हमको खा लेता है, सबने
mhm,
मिलके मीटिंग
हाँ,
किया कि
mhm,
हम इनको अभी हम इंसान को मार देगा और समथिंग लाइक दैट, but it
uh-huh,
did not happen because the Gongatuk fish is a very arrogant.
okay.
He was so
अच्छा,
arrogant that he could not do what he had aspired to do. So the man-animal conflict is always now continuing, which is going bigger and bigger and bigger. This is for very small children, where it gives them an understanding what man-animal
Mhm,
conflict is.
mhm,
ये,
So in this way, you can what you can do. An example, you give them a piece of paper.
mhm,
They also have a story. They also have a story
mhm,
in the mind,
mhm,
children.
यस, यस,
So you ask them, make a little story, make a little story and draw a little story in this paper. You don't have to
mhm,
write it, but you may do a little drawing. From there you
mhm.
begin.
Yes, yes.
It's so beautiful. They come out with such lovely things. Yeah. Like some children might use only black. So you come to know why she's using black. They want
Yes,
to
yes.
remove all the things from something what they in the mind it is where they
Mhm,
don't see any colors.
mhm,
So things like that. So for these kind of NGOs, I would love to help you all, whatever you need, whatever however you need my expertise, whatever little I have.
mhm.
And whenever I come, I'll definitely you keep in touch with me.
Yes, yes, sure, ma'am.
यस, यस, श्योर, श्योर।
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Because very few people have this kind of a forum like you have created. Now, otherwise, this is a forum which is excellent. I would call it excellent forum. Many
Thank
people,
you
as
so
a
much, ma'am.
yeah, actually, Devjani will know as a journalist, there are always people talking about the
Yeah,
high.
yes, yes, that's true.
Who talks about that little
Take
baby
on.
keep coming? Take out stories from them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
हाँ
especially
मैम,
in this time of
हाँ,
yeah, in this time of the pandemic, हम लोग तो सफर कर ही रहा है. Does
हाँ
anybody
जी.
see what the
हाँ,
sufferings are there? वो तो that is something amazing when you come to listen to their stories. Yeah, I have seen it. You all have not seen it. I have seen it. How these labor migrants miles and miles they have walked back to their
Uh-huh.
hometowns.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You must have seen on the TV.
Yes.
So one journalist asked the little girl who was walking with her parents back. He says, "आपको क्या बनना चाहते?" You know what her reply was? She said, "हमको कुछ बनना नहीं है, हमको गरीब नहीं होना है."
हाँ
Hmm.
ये
So,
बहुत टची वर्ड
can
है
you imagine the thing that is in her mind? हमको गरीब नहीं होना है.
हाँ.
There are stories
सही
which
में
bring
है.
tears. Yeah, they bring tears into your eyes. So, every time I pick up something, every time mine goes to these children who are deprived, not to those who are have the privileged ones. You
Hmm.
have to, yeah, you have to teach the privileged ones to share, to care,
Hmm.
because
Yes.
that's what is missing with them. They're not sharing, they're not caring, they're absolutely rude in spite of all the so-called educational institutions. They don't care about the elders,
Mhm.
you know.
Hmm.
So how we can bring these values back? And these little children in the NGOs they will be living examples
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
you can bring them. They are actually living examples. They are not necessarily need to imagine the online learning which is happening. What about those children who don't have a,
Hmm.
how are they doing it?
Doesn't have this. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so we can, these are the stories, Johnny, it'll be very nice. You can pick up. I love to hear these stories.
Yeah.
Take out one or two
Yes.
children and then you listen how they did the lessons in the class. There was a child who sat under a tree, what do you call this, street lamp for connectivity
Yeah.
because she didn't have proper light. And yet that urge was there for her to study.
हाँ.
So no matter how much you tell me, if you talk about I can talk because I belong to that category where we have everything. But if you talk to me about these poor children, I will go on and on and on because I knew them. I know them through and through, how much they're suffering. They are the gems which we are ignoring.
Yeah. They are the gems. Yes,
हाँ.
ma'am.
They are the gems. They have so much of talent in them, you can't imagine.
Definitely.
But they have not got the opportunity to come out with it.
Definitely, ma'am.
So you can create another forum for the mothers to upskill them, the mothers of the children to come to. Maybe once a month or so,
Hmm.
what are the skills they know? Even we can learn from them. Some of the skills we don't know, they know.
Mhm.
You know,
Hmm.
like this lady who comes to me, Unnati, and I said, you give us a demonstration of doing kantha stitch. The kantha stitch, no? Calcutta sari, kantha, and they're very expensive. You call it kantha?
Hmm.
Hello? Can you hear me?
मैम मैम थोड़ा साउंड डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है
I know there is some, I don't know why.
हाँ साउंड या इट्स ओके राइट नाउ नीचे से थोड़ा
So,
डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है या इट्स ओके
so things like that, and also the recipes. I have a book uh, taken out by an American lady about the recipes of these women in old Delhi. Because they don't get so many fancy looking ingredients. How do they survive? How do they make? It's a beautiful book. The day to day, how they make a nutritious meal for the children. You know. So these are the things which we need to focus on now. Can you hear me? No.
या मैम इट्स a sound problem
Disturbance. No?
from yeah sound problem is there from your side yeah okay yeah Acha ma'am, can you tell me that you are in Delhi, isn't it? So, in Delhi for long time, okay. Do you think women are safe there?
Women
Yes,
are
sir.
not grown safely. Not at all. Can you hear me?
No, ma'am, you are not audible.
What is that? Women.
sound disturb.
Sound problem, sound problem.
Oh, I know. I'll tell you, the
Sound
battery has gone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the battery
अभी
has
ठीक है
gone.
अभी सुनाई दे रहा
Hmm.
है हाँ,
अभी हो रहा है?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
अभी सुनाई दे
can I
रहा है
repeat the question?
Yes, yes,
Yes, you are staying in Delhi for a long time, isn't it? So, do you think
yes.
women are safe there?
Women, are not safe at all. One has to have a lot of,
Because many
mm,
cases are happening there only in
yes,
metro
it is.
city. Yeah,
So it is a big problem. And
yes, sir.
oh, I think my battery is going down. How many minutes do I have? I'll just.
शिवा
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, viewers, for joining with us and giving your valuable time to us. Thank you, Devjanidhi, for your support. Thank you, Asfia
थैंक यू
ma'am,
सो मच
for being with us and give us so many interesting things we actually don't know about the storyteller. And you being a storyteller, you have did so many works and you are doing
यस
so many works for underprivileged children also. Thank you so much for being with us and we need uh, we want you to come back again at our show. And
यस
thank you so much, viewers. Happy Diwali to you all.
हैप्पी
Devjanidhi, thank
दिवाली
you so much for being with us. Thank you so much.